Hey, how you doing, folks? Going to go over a couple things in this biographical investigation that was made by Stockton University on behalf of New Jersey taxpayers and the Department of Environmental Protection. Paid $21,000 to do this study, right? So you'd figure if they're doing this study, they'd get stuff right. You know, they're historians. By the way, the historian that was the main researcher on this only had an Associate of Arts in history from Burlington County College, and he was the main researcher that got paid almost $7,000 to put this study together. Here, I'm just going through the study. Let's see if I can find. Let's go Control Find. All right, so I'm going to read here real quick what these researchers found. Now, it's not just the guy with the Associate of Arts, but the secondary researcher on this. His name is John O'Hare. The other guy's name is Paul Schopp, by the way. John O'Hare is a professor at Stockton University, a professor of critical thinking. Him and the gentleman who has the Associate of Arts were put in charge of a biographical investigation of African American history, and let's just see one of the things that they said here. It says, in 1947, New Jersey enacted legislation to ban racial discrimination in state schools. The following year, Ulysses Wiggins, a Camden-based African-American doctor of notable local standing, founded the city's NAACP chapter, later reconstituted as the Camden County branch. Okay. So this is saying that basically in 1948, Ulysses Wiggins started the NAACP. Now, if you see over here, this is me making a comment on this on the Dropbox over here after they sent this to me, and I said he reorganized Camden NAACP in 1941 with only 14 people. In 1963, they had over 3,000. So somehow these investigators, by the way, if you see here, 1947, right? The following year, Ulysses Wiggins founded the NAACP chapter. So they're saying that he founded it in 1948. So somehow, these paid researchers, these, experts in historical research, somehow missed the fact that NAACP was founded in 1941 by Wiggins. Not only was it founded in 1941, but by 1947, he had already desegregated the Camden schools. There was over 200 African-American children that by his doing and Robert Burke Johnson's doing were already in Camden schools desegregating. By 1947, he had over 1,000 members. It was one of the strongest NAACP organizations in America. And let's just take a look here, because this is page 13. We're going to go back up here for a second. Look at the date on this. November 30th, right? 2017. Now, this is their final report. This is biographical investigation final report. Now, remember, I made the little comment over there. And let's see. Page 13. Let's see what they have to say now. In 1941, Ulysses Wiggins, a Camden-based African-American doctor of notable local standing, founded the city's NAACP chapter. Whoa, wait. What's the date on this report? December 12th? You changed your report. You changed your report to reflect the correct information that I gave you. Okay? Let's discuss one other thing you did here. This is a revised version of the final report initially submitted to the New Jersey Historic Preservation Office on November 30th, 2017. It incorporates the addition of a transcribed interview of Camden resident Mrs. Thelma Lowry in Appendix D, appearing pages 136 to 146, as well as an analysis of the same report in the narrative. Now, let's go to page 136. All right. Well, this is the interview I did with her, but there's something in here that was interesting that they had said They said that they wished that they got this interview. That they would rather have done the interview themselves, but they couldn't. Now, when I got this report here, this is November 30th of 2017. I think it was like they sent it to me. Actually, we can see when they sent it to me. See exactly when they sent it to me. It would be this email right here. So this was on 12/1. Let's see what time it was. At 2:09, so December 1st at 2:09 p.m. they sent me this report, right? So I read the report. Once I read it, I realized they were wrong in several areas, but I also realized that they never interviewed Thelma Laurie, who lived at the house with Dr. King when Dr. King stayed there. And so on December 1st, I contacted the researchers and I said, hey, you guys left out Thelma. Well, we couldn't get a hold of her. It was impossible. We tried to contact her. There was no way to get a hold of her. And this was about 4:45 on a December 1st. And on December 1st, at about 7 o'clock, I got the interview with Thelma that they couldn't get for months and were paid $20,000 to do this research project, that they submitted a final report with, not only an inaccuracy, but a terrible inaccuracy. Okay, number two about this is that this report does not reflect why I submitted it. I submitted under what's called Criterion A. And for people that don't understand, there's a couple different criteriums that you have, and you can see me here. I'm saying here on 6/1 of 2015, I'm saying, hey, I never heard back as to whether or not my application has been amended to include Criterion A or D. Criterion A must be added. Has it been? Dear Patrick, both have been added to your application request. This is on 6/1 of 2015. Now let's find the actual application, because that's just the preliminary. So this is, I filed it on March 16th of 2015, so I asked it to be amended about 3 months after I had filed it, because I didn't realize that you could file under more than one criterion. Now remember, she says that on 6/1 of 2015 it was amended. Well, look here. As per Patrick Duff, on 9/28 of 2016, a full year and 3 months after I asked it to be amended, it was amended. But nowhere in this biographical report that was wrong in several places, and also found that the first civil rights incident that Dr. King was ever involved in was not significant. But this report here, so this 9/28 of 2016, this report doesn't include Criterion A anywhere. So let's go Criterion. Let's go together. Let's see. Criterion. Criter. There it is. So, see, it says Criterion B, right? So if I have Criterion B, you can see there's two sections there that use Criterion B. So let's switch this and put A in there. Well, it's nowhere in the report. They didn't assess this. Investigation wasn't geared towards what I had asked the application to be amended to years ago. We're now in 2018. They actually amended it, as you can see, 9/28 of 2016, but I asked for it to be amended on 6/1 of 2015. So it wasn't amended until a year and 3 months later, and that was only because I got the assemblyman involved and was trying to find out what was going on here. So as you can see, not only was were they wrong, but they didn't research what I had submitted my application under. So this whole report is bogus. It doesn't focus on Criterion A, which is what I had asked for it to be amended to some 3 years ago almost. So this whole process stinks. I am in the process of figuring out just why, an investigation would come out like this and why the DEP is given such a hard time. And in the process of, all this, I just wanted to find out how many African Americans worked at the Historic Preservation Office. And what I found out is that one worked there. And that not only does only one work there out of 26 people, but she's the lowest paid salaried employee by over $25,000. So, I'm starting to see a little pattern here. And it's not a good one, DEP. You guys need to fix your act.